As I record this, it is December 31st, 2009, a fitting day to review the PlayStation 2, because in my opinion, this is the game console of the decade. I'm going to take off the network adapter thing on the back here, and that's where the hard drive would go if I had one, and show you that this is the model SCPH-30001. This is the old one, released in 2000. The PlayStation 2 is a remarkable video game console, primarily because of the sheer amount of games that were released for it. And when you take into consideration this is backwards compatible with PlayStation 1 games, you have a library of several thousand games to choose from to play on your PlayStation 2, which is an extremely playable game console. It's well built and relatively affordable these days. They're still making these things. 10 years later, the PlayStation 2 is still being made. Now they look a bit different. Nowadays they're much smaller. Here's the PlayStation 2 Slim, as you see, compared to the giant, enormous PlayStation. This is the model SCPH-30001. Much smaller. I'm going to review this separately. The original PlayStation is definitely a giant boat of a game console, and I have a love-hate relationship with this because while I think it's one of the best video game consoles ever made, it killed my beloved Sega Dreamcast in a matter of months. How do you sleep at night? One of their big selling features with this thing is that you could stand it up on end and that it would play DVDs. The original PlayStation 2 is big, it's heavy, this thing is built like a tank. There's the power switch, that's where the power cord would go. Here's where the AV output cables would go. This thing will do component video, which looks the best. So many Time Splitters victories were achieved through here. How many of you did I blow away as a cactus? You'll never know. It just fills the screen with its awesomeness. It looks like the monolith from 2001. That's how cool this is. Alright. Well then, I should probably mention that this is the best-selling video game console of all time. A small fact you might be interested in knowing: there's more than 130 million PlayStation 2s out there in the world. So I'm not the only one that likes this. Let's open up the tray. The original model has a tray that comes out like that, and then you would take a PlayStation 2 game. I'll just show this off with one of my favorites, Time Splitters Future Perfect. That's what the discs look like. This is one of the DVD-ROM discs. I think it was the CD ones that were blue, I'm not entirely sure, but take that, put it in there, shut the disc drawer, and it boots up the game and you start playing. Most of you know how that works. PlayStation 2 came with the DualShock 2 controller, one of the best video game controllers ever created. You plug in the controller here, and the game console itself will support 2 controllers, although you could also get a multi-tap and put on, I think, at least 4 of them for 4-player games. In fact, Time Splitters works with 4 players. Here's a memory card. It will take 2 memory cards. I like the design of it. It's very cool. It doesn't get fingerprints all over it, something they screwed up big time with the original PlayStation 3. In addition to the sheer number of games available for the PlayStation 2 is a dizzying array of accessories that you can get for this. Driving wheels, light guns, fighting sticks. The PlayStation 2 also works with PlayStation 1 accessories, like this giant fighting stick. Look at that. It's practically larger than the PlayStation 2. Has the same kind of plug, so you just take out the PlayStation 2 controller, put this in, and you're good to go. Tekken 2 and Tekken 3 kick ass with this on the PlayStation 2. They were pretty awesome on the PlayStation 1 as well. No matter what kind of video games you like to play, the PlayStation 2 has you covered. And if for some reason it doesn't, the PlayStation 1 sure does. And this plays both of them. However, if you're looking for a PS2, this is not the one to buy, because after a while, these do start having problems. As it's a DVD player, many people early on were using this as their primary DVD player. Therefore, things just kind of got worn out on the inside and they stopped working after a while. I've heard of many people having problems after a couple years with their original PlayStation 2. Now mine stopped reading the blue discs, but that's about it. Other than that, I think it's built pretty well. Lasted at least 8 years without a problem. If you're looking for a PlayStation 2, instead of buying a used one with who knows what kind of usage, get one of these. That's the one I'll recommend. One of the smaller, newer ones. What are they, less than $100 now? And they're only dropping in price because, well, it's obsolete. Well, it's really not. You know what? Some games just last forever. See? It says it right there. The PlayStation 2 is rad. You can literally feel the tension just standing here. It's like they're radiating heat right now, and they're not even plugged in. Wait, nah, just this one. Sorry, guy. Although, you still work with all of the games. Ooh, Charge and Blast. That's a winner.